I have 5 tips for anybody who's thinking about starting his own law practice. Tip number 1 is that you need an office. It's okay if at first you have little money and you can't afford the rent of a business office, but you should really make it a priority of yours to get an office as soon as you can. This is for 2 reasons. First of all, having an office is going to give you more legitimacy. Okay, people are going to be much more comfortable to come to you for legal services or to refer people to you if you have a business address. And second of all, having an office will allow you at times to step away from your business, which is very important. Okay, your business, being a business owner, business can almost consume you at times. It's important that you can step away from it and just have a break for one day a week or from time to time. Second, my second tip is that you should have an office that suits you. This is because the type of office that you set up and the location of your office is going to determine the type of clientele that you're going to be working with. So let's say, for instance, you're from a small town in a rural area and you like that setting and you like working with small town people. You should set up a small town little law office in the type of area that you want to work in. On the other hand, if you have expensive taste, you should try to have an office, a luxury office suite in the biggest building on Main Street, if you can make that happen, okay? Because that sort of office is going to attract clients with similar interests and similar taste, and it's just going to make the lawyer-client relationship that much better, okay? Tip number 3 is that the best source of business will be other lawyers. When I started my practice about 8 years ago, I knew I wanted to do real estate and I knew I wanted to do probate. So I spent a lot of time chasing around realtors, loan officers, financial advisors, and I made some connections and I got some clients, but these relationships tend to be short-lived because you know, the insurance salesman quits after a couple of years. The loan officer is transferred to another mortgage company. They have a closed attorney list. The realtor, you know, is maybe fickle and goes to the next lawyer. These relationships just did not have any sustainability. However, the relationships that I've developed with other lawyers have brought me a lot of clientele and they've lasted, okay? Now you can get essentially 2 types of referrals from other lawyers. First of all, if you get a successful, well-established attorney, he's going to get a lot of clients that he just doesn't have the time to deal with, okay? The amount of the transaction that the client's asking the lawyer to handle, or the amount in controversy and whatever legal dispute the client has, just isn't worth the lawyer's time. So if he has a younger lawyer he can send it to, he will, and he'll do it frequently. So you'll get clients that way. Also, as you develop your skills in a particular area, you'll find that other lawyers have very little knowledge of, you know, the area that you're involved with, and they'll refer clients to you. So I work with other attorneys who, some of them specialize in bankruptcy, others personal injury, others divorce, and I don't do these things. And likewise, they don't do real estate. So when they get real estate clients, they send them to me. When I get a bankruptcy client or a divorce client, send that client to them. And it's just been a great source of referrals and clientele. So when you start out, network with everybody, but realize that most lawyers, if you can build the relationship with them, will sustain itself and it will be a good source of business. Next, you should not be afraid to take work that you don't want to handle, okay, or that's unappealing to you. This is for two reasons. First of all, you'll get experience by doing all sorts of legal work. And second of all, you'll build a clientele. So let's say, for instance, somebody who owns his own landscaping company comes to you and he says, I have this client and this guy hasn't paid me in almost a year. He owes me $400, $500, and I want to collect it. As a lawyer, that doesn't look too attractive, okay? But if you take this guy's case, you're going to get all kinds of experience, okay? You're going to learn what it's like to deal with clerks. You're going to start to know the clerks at district court, start to become familiar with the paperwork. You'll go in front of the magistrate or the judge. You'll get a handle on the different judges and magistrates and their disposition, and you'll just learn how the process works, okay, which is very, very valuable to you. Also, you don't know, this guy 3 or 4 years from then could end up buying a new house, selling his business, asking for an estate plan, and you could make some money later on. Okay, so it's worth taking the work that other lawyers aren't going to handle. And then finally, it's important to manage your clients, and if necessary, to fire your clients. Occasionally you'll get clients who they'll call, you'll talk to them on the phone for 20, 30 minutes. They're still hemming and hawing as to whether they're going to do anything. They'll call you back, another 20, 30-minute phone call, long-winded emails. You have to learn how to, cut the ties with such a person. All right? They don't want to pay, but they want to take up your time. Also, there's some clients who will talk down to you, try to belittle you, and if they do that, you just need to fire them as a client. Okay? You went through the burden of law school, the burden of the bar exam, you took all the risk in starting your own business. Okay, they have no right to talk down to you, and if they do, just get rid of them. All right, so those are my tips. 1, open an office. 2, find an office that suits you. 3, seek out lawyers for referrals. 4, take work, even if it's not appealing to you. Take the work. And then finally, manage your clients, and if necessary, don't hesitate to fire them.